Good night, and thank you everybody for that very warm welcome. My name is Mickela Pandy, and I am the candidate for Couva North. Good evening, fellow candidates. I see some of you here, sunburned, weary, but you're here from the north, from the south. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Those listening here and abroad, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. As political leader of the Patriotic Front, I come to you tonight as someone who loves this country too much to stay silent. We are just days away from a general election on April 28th, and instead of hope and inspiration, what are we seeing? Disgrace, division, and a dangerous kind of politics tearing us apart. And let me be very clear, I'm not talking about the people. I am talking about the so-called leaders, the political actors who stand on platforms and poison the mind of their supporters. But more about this a little later. Tonight I want to speak with you about an issue that has not been raised before, that affects most people on an everyday basis. My esteemed colleagues have raised the issues in the constituencies, and I can tell you, I will only be repeating them because in Couva North, we suffer the same plight. Tonight, I want to talk to you about reforming the banking sector. And putting people before profits. For far too long, the people of Trinidad and Tobago have been taken advantage by a banking system that puts profits before people. Today I stand before you not just to highlight that injustice, but to tell you that under a Patriotic Front government, that injustice will end. Since 2014 to 2015, our economy struggled with the fall in energy prices. We entered a foreign exchange crisis that has only grown worse with time. Yet while ordinary citizens and small businesses fight to survive, neither of the parties sitting in Parliament, past or present, within the last 20 years, have done a thing to fix it. Instead, they have allowed the banking sector to continue unchecked, draining the pockets of hardworking people and denying fair access to foreign exchange. Every day, our people endure insult and indignity. You line up outside banks under the blazing sun with no shade, no seating, and no care. You wait hours for basic services while the banks rake in record profits. You try to save what little you have, only to get next to nothing in return. And when you need a loan to build your home, grow your business, or educate your child, you're met with red tape, high interest rates, and disrespect. Let me be clear. This is not just a matter of poor service. This is exploitation, and it must stop. A Patriotic Front government will take bold action to reform the banking sector and return dignity, fairness, and accountability to our financial system. We will mandate that no citizen be left to wait in the hot sun like second-class customers. Banks will be required to provide proper facilities in a timely service or face consequences. We will aim to cap excessive bank fees and predatory interest rates so that no family is pushed deeper into debt just to make ends meet. We will reform the foreign exchange allocation process. Making it transparent, accountable, and fair, ensuring small businesses and ordinary citizens get their fair share, not just the big conglomerates. We will strengthen oversight of the banking sector, giving central bank the teeth it needs to regulate, monitor, and discipline those who put profit before people. We will encourage real competition, supporting community banks, credit unions to provide better service and fairer terms for people. And most importantly, we will build a financial system that works for the people. A system that supports entrepreneurship, empowers families, and fuels local development. We believe that banking should serve the nation, not enslave it. The time for passive leadership is over. You cannot manage the economy if you cannot protect the people from exploitation. Then you have no place in government. The Patriotic Front will not sit on the sidelines while our citizens suffer. We will act, we will lead, and we will put people before profits always. People before self. People before dirty politics. Which takes me back to where I started. Every day we see it. Lies, slander, racial incitement, threats, all flooding social media. And the worst part, it is being encouraged. Encouraged by people who want to lead you. Lead you where? Into hate? Into fear? Into silence? I say tonight, in the name of every citizen who wants better, this madness must stop. We are better than this. We are people who after every election still have to live together. We still have to go to the same markets, send our children to the same schools, sit in the same waiting room in the hospitals. And yet we allow these politicians to divide us over color, over party, over flag. This is not leadership. This is manipulation. We have seen campaigners clashing in Cuba, Arima, Pinal, not over policies, not over ideas, over t-shirts, over slogans, over who could drown down the other with the most noise. What kind of campaign is that? What kind of future are we building when the example being set that makes it right and the powers belong to the loudest and not the wisest? I ask you this. If these people behave like this now, when they are begging for power, how do you think they will behave when they win? Stop taking tablet for other people's fever. Let me tell you something. Power does not humble these people. It emboldens them. This will not unite our nation. They will rule over it like it belongs to them and punish everyone who did not bow down during their campaign. But I tell you, stand tall, stand strong. Right now, those who refuse to bow to them are being persecuted. Right now, public servants are being monitored. Workers in state enterprises are being threatened. I am telling you that because I know. CPEP and URP workers are being told, watch yourself. Support the wrong party and you could lose your job. And they are asking you for power. What will they do to you when they get it? You know what that is? That is tyranny in a jersey. That is not democracy. How dare they treat you like your vote is a crime? Not one political leader has stood up and said to their supporters, stop the nonsense that you're carrying on Facebook with, on Twitter or whatever they're on. I don't have time to read it. How many of them have said it? How many of them have publicly condemned this? What example are you setting for the youth of this nation? The 29th will come, regardless of what happens on the 28th. And within this short month, what legacy are these older heads who should know better? Talking about that, an old man stuck up his middle finger at me today. I thought it was arthritis at first. I didn't know if he was trying to do something, and I said, Uncle, no. How could you? That's not nice. You see all kinds. But again, I say, don't let anyone make your vote feel like it is a crime. Let me say loud and clear, as Mickela Pandey, daughter of the people, your vote is not for sale. Some people, but not yours. Your vote cannot be taken away from you. It does not belong to anybody, so it cannot be split. Your vote is not to be threatened. Your vote is your power. And no party, no minister, and she knows who I'm speaking about, no government has the right to take that from you. I say to the bullies in high office, and they're coming from the east, south, west, nobody coming in central. They're afraid we and run. They're afraid we down here. Andrew, agreed? So I say to the bullies in high office and all the internet trolls and keyboard warriors and thugs who work for them for pittance, we see you and we will not be silenced. The Patriotic Front was born out of a desire to restore dignity to our politics, to remind the people that public service is about service, not self-glorification and self-praise. you will never hear me say I am the best leader. And I will be the best leader that you will ever have. You want to tell me that? To remind the people again that public service is about service, not intimidation, and most of all, not corruption. And that is why I am speaking out tonight. Not because I'm afraid, or that my candidates and their supporters are afraid, but because I'm fed up. And I know you are too. I will continue to protect them fearlessly. But like you, and I know so many other people on social platforms, we are fed up of the hate, fed up of the fear, fed up of the same recycled leaders. Who pretend to be enemies during the campaign, but shake hands behind closed doors. And they want to call me a PNM. The opposition have more PNM than the PNM. This country belongs to all of us, not the chosen few. So I ask you tonight, sisters and brothers, and those on that same social platforms, don't let them divide us. Don't let them fool you into fighting your neighbor while they're toasting champagne at the top. We have one flag, one anthem, one future. And whether you vote red, yellow, blue, green, we are still Trinbagonians. We still have to live here after April 28th. So let's make sure we vote for leaders who respect that. Leaders who unite. Leaders who uplift. Leaders who aren't afraid to challenge the system when it becomes toxic. And if no one else says it, I will. This election is not about saving a party. It is about saving our democracy. So don't be afraid. Be brave. Vote with courage. Vote with conscience. And as the leader of the Patriotic Front, I promise you this. We will never encourage hate. We will never promote fear. And we will never, ever use politics to turn you against each other. We are not here to rule you. We are here to serve you. Let that be the difference. Let that be the standard. And let April 28th be the day the people rise, not in hate, not in violence, but in dignity, hope, and power. On April 28th, vote for change. Vote for the Patriotic Front. Vote for the heart. I thank you and God bless.
Somebody who really loves this country. Mickela, passionate and loyal.